What is going on, everybody? This is Nick here at Y480. I am back from my vacation back in Michigan doing some family stuff. So now you are finally caught back up on the videos. All of these I had done way beforehand over the weekend. So we're finally live. We're back at it here. So last episode, I was going to just have an episode where I was simming up to, I think, the deadline to come out. But there were a lot of roster changes that we needed to ponder before the season started. Now, here I'm just going to throw up some comments you guys had in the last episode. One of the things I'm noticing a lot of is after a move is made, people get upset about it in the comments. And it's funny because I look back at the previous episode and those people had never commented on the previous telling me to do anything other than that. Now, remember, guys, this is our GM mode. We are the GM of the Colorado Avalanche. I'm taking from the comments, and we are making those plays. We're making those plays and those moves. So if you don't comment down below, how can I know? So make sure this is a call to arms. If you have an idea, comment down below. It's going to be a big one, this one, because I would like to get up to the trade deadline, see where we're at. And there were a lot of comments last episode. Also comments about not doing certain moves right and not getting enough for certain things. And also like changing people's roles. Like that's not part of the game that every YouTuber does. Like, dude, it's a coaching decision. Anyway, maybe I'm salty, but oh my God. Yeah, there's some comments down there last episode. Just comment down below. Let me know. But I'm not going to stop changing players' roles because that's a coaching decision. That's like telling Marian Gaborik to block shots. Look, John Tortorella, you were wrong. Don't make Gaborik block shots. But he did it. He made him more of a two-way player. That's a coaching decision. It's part of the game. You got to do it. Pure snipers are pure snipers. But certain coaches require a 200-foot game. You got to let them in on that. And that's kind of what the role changes. If you've watched my previous GMs, you would know that. But I know we got a lot of new faces in here and stuff, so they're not totally up to speed on the Y480 GMs. I mean, X-Tech does it. The thing is, like, I watch other GM modes, and I finally realized you could do that, and, it was explained to me as a coaching decision through, I think, the X-Tech New Jersey GM. So the first thing we need to do is make a trade. I love it. I love everybody down in the comments letting me know. This was the consensus down in the comments. Let's head down the trade block here. Here we go. Look at this guy, Sheehan. Everybody wanted him gone. I think he's a good player, and he's going to grow a little bit, but he doesn't really have room, especially on the third line, and nobody really wants him here. I think we can get something for him. I agree. I've done a little pre-scouting of trades, seen if anything could maybe possibly go through. Haven't simulated any trades yet, which I don't want to do. I want to do them live on camera. The other one was Yakupov. Most people don't want Yakupov on the team. They think he doesn't fit there on the third or second line especially. They think that should be open for Barzal and Ho-Sang. I agree. Barzal already has a better shooting category than Yakupov, and Ho-Sang definitely needs to get off the fourth line, fourth line. Rather fourth line. He would fit better on the third line with Jost. So we're going to do it. If you guys are upset about it, it was in the comments. Make your voice heard. Go down there. Let me know what you want to do next episode, because I think next one's going to be the trade deadline. There was one suggested for Landeskog moving, but Landeskog went up to an 87. So if we can get him to an 88, maybe by the draft, we can really move him for some big trade value. And that was the initial thing you guys wanted to do. I remember one of the first episodes, somebody commented that if he gets up to an 88, which he is typical to do, and I see that he's up to an 87 now, his trade value skyrockets. So that's what I want to do. Now, I also I think I may have to add a pick in here, but let's just see. And actually, I think it is Anaheim who we want to trade with. Yeah, look at this. They want to give up this elite left winger. So you guys were saying we could possibly trade for like an A minus prospect. I think this is an A prospect. A medium elite, 19 years old, already 70 overall. This might be close to an A plus. Already 70 overall at 19. He was picked in the 2017 draft 7th overall. And he's looking pretty good. A two-way forward. I mean, this could be a potential Landeskog of the future, you know, maybe with a little bit better shooting category. Because look, his shooting category is low right now, but it's kind of all in the same area. If those all, think about all of those high 80s. I mean, that's like snipe two-way forward. That would be nice. So we're going to pop him on here. I went through all the teams previously and kind of saw who wants to give up what. And Anaheim was the only one that wanted to give up like a decent player. Everybody else was kind of like medium top 6 or a top 4 D-man that was... There was no high top 4. Because I know those guys get really good, and I know you guys said don't underestimate the high top 4. But this was the only like elite prospect that was in the pool. And honestly, his trade value isn't as high as I thought it would be, so that could be something. But it's still high enough to warrant maybe a little respect. It might be because of his age. He's only 19, so he's yet to kind of run to his stride. But these two guys we were going to get rid of after the 2 years anyway. You guys wanted me to go after a prospect to open up some space for these other guys that are growing. And I think these guys are good to go. The thing is, they would be over the salary cap. So we got to get a player. But it's perfect because I actually looked at who they wanted to give away. Apart from, or actually not who they wanted to give away. Whoops, that was the, where is he? I'll just go by the damn salary. Where is he? There it is. Vermette. So he's got a pretty low, he's still got kind of a trade value, which sucks. Because we're not really going to use him. I was trying to see maybe there was, I mean, we could maybe use this dude, but the thing is, I don't want to get a guy and not be able to play him. Oh, we could get another Carrick on the team. A right-handed fourth liner who's already making $1 million. But I think we're going to do Vermette because we don't have to give up too much for him. So here's the thing. They're a little bit above the salary cap. I think what we can do is we can put this up to about, yeah, 0.5. Yeah, it'll be approved. Okay. This is actually looking pretty good. That's not... The thing is, they don't want to give up for Met, which I don't know why. They only have him for 1 more year. 1 year left. I mean, these are his categories, so we could use him as a scratch player. He does need to be a third-line checking forward. So what I was thinking was instead of keeping him on the bench, and we can't use him because I'd rather use Boyle on the fourth line as a center. Because Boyle's got the same face-off rating, and he's actually got better defensive awareness, blocking, physical category. So the fourth line for me is going to be all physical and defensive awareness. If we're getting Vermette, you know, a two-way guy, cool, but we already have a guy that fills the role that's more physical and better defensively. So I'm thinking we could maybe swap this guy out for maybe a third or something in that 2020 draft you guys want me to keep piling up on. So let's see if this goes through. Yeah, okay. So basically, I think what they were saying was it's kind of close, but we need to just be shaking in a little bit here. They do want our third. That kind of sucks. I don't want to give up the third. We might have to, though, because they don't want anything else here. Maybe try a sixth. I know they were saying it's kind of off. Yeah, it's just a little too far off. Maybe if we can do the 5, 6, 7th. You guys said this draft is crap anyway, so I don't really think getting rid of... Okay, we could try the 5th. I don't know. Let's see if this goes through. Yeah, okay, we might have to just do the 3rd. I'm okay with just giving up the 3rd, especially if we're getting an elite prospect and getting rid of the guys you guys want it to get rid of. Maybe we can get like a 4th back or something from 2020. They don't want to give up any. That's the problem. Let's see. I know that wouldn't be too realistic, but let's see if we can sneak one in. So basically, Sheehan and Yakupov for this elite guy, and then the 3rd round pick for Vermette in the 4th round, basically going down in a better draft. So who knows? Maybe this 4th round pick would even be, you know, get a better player than this 3rd round pick. Let's see if this goes through. Yeah, we might not be able to get this 4th. This might. Oh my God, they don't even want that. Okay, well, I guess we'll do that. All right. Well, here's the trade. The A- prospect. I don't know. What do you guys think? Is this like an A+ prospect? Is his trade value too low? You know what I mean? Like it seems suspiciously like it's midway through the trade value bar, but you know, a medium elite is usually a little more than that, especially at that overall at that age. I don't know. But I guess even if he gets up to like 87, 88 as a two-way guy, he should really do well for us. So we're getting rid of these guys we don't want anymore. We're piling this on. We're still keeping. The thing is, we might actually need to keep Vermette because these contracts going off the books will lower our salary cap. I don't know if the one on the left, the salary cap that we have, is accurate. I've talked too much. This one will go through. Oh, man. Okay, let's move. I don't want to move a ton of them. I still want to maybe throw some of those in. 6? Okay, there we go. Just barely went through, so that's pretty good. Thank you guys for that suggestion. That is awesome. Now, I think we just have to edit lines, but let's see if anybody's down here. Where's that one guy? Okay, yeah, he is up here. All right. That's what I thought. Okay, no waivers, so that's cool. We'll send him down. He can play in the AHL, which is awesome. That's really, really awesome. I think it said he was in the AHL, didn't it? Let's go down here. What he was, 70? Yeah, right here. So yeah, we can put him at wing, which will be nice. And then, okay, here's the thing. We got Vermette and Eves. Everybody else has a spot except Vermette and Eves. So, you know, do we play Vermette? Or do we, you know, because Eves is a depth guy. As you guys can see here, he's a depth forward. He's not going to get mad for being on the bench. And, you know, if we do pop on injuries in the playoffs, like I meant to last year and I didn't, so it's stupid of me, especially this year with a big physical fourth line, it'd be really nice to be able to get out there, maybe cause some injuries. But it's a video game. Get off my back, guys. But yeah, we can keep Eves, but, you know, Vermette, getting rid of him, you know, do we want to do that? That also frees up a ton of cap space, especially. And I don't think anybody really wants to take him, especially for any picks or anything. So, you know, we could throw him in with the trade, you know, for somebody else. I don't know. I've said, you know, like a million times. You guys know, right? So let me look here. What did we need to change? I think we got to change this around a little bit. Let me change these lines around a little bit, and then we'll jump back in 1 second. All right, everybody, this is the lineup that I think will work. And unfortunately, I searched high, low for draft picks, for goalie prospects, adding in other players, everything, and just couldn't put anything together to get for old Vermette here. Unfortunately, it looks like we're going to have to just kind of stick him in this scratched area with Eves, which really sucks because he was a little higher trade value, and I thought we could maybe move him for like a fourth, maybe a third to a team that really needed like a fourth line or third line center. But I went through everybody, and right now everybody just has too many contracts. They just went through the re-sign phase, and also anyone who does have contracts available, it's way too expensive for them to get somebody like this with a $4 million cap hit that's actually keeping us right there at the cap floor, which is great, you know, for one thing. But it's gonna kind of be like last year, one more year of having a guy on the bench making a ton of money. But you know, if it's not getting, if these guys aren't getting it done, you know, we could always swap them in, see if Boyle. I don't know. The thing is, like, look at Boyle's stats. His defensive awareness is 83 and his faceoffs are 83. So his faceoffs are a little lower, but his defensive awareness is higher. And his physical category, stick checking, everything, it's way higher. Strength, you know, he's a really good player. He actually has a pretty good shooting category too. So it's nice. Here's defense. We kind of chose this last time because these guys playing above their role, it'll really help them, you guys said. And since these guys are top 4 and they've already exacted out to 90, this shouldn't hurt them. The problem is these two guys, obviously we want to play them above their roles. We got, like, you know, another year or so we can start worrying about that for sure. That was the consensus. Let me know in the comments though, please. It's the only way I can figure that out. Special teams, we decided to put Hosang here and then Barzell on the point. You guys are saying he's got an absolute cannon, so it'd probably be a good thing. Plus, he's got pretty good, you know, offensive category in general. He can really swing that with Barry. And Hosang here, I put him on his opposite since he's right-handed, so he can get some passes over to Kane. Snipe that home. That'll be real nice. And obviously the first line's just looking raw and powerful. Four-man power play real quick, just getting Barzal some more time. Since he is low elite, we want to play him way above. So he gets up high. I learned that from you guys. Thank you. Getting Jost this time, too. Now, the penalty kill, we got to put Boyle here since he is a third-line guy. I don't want him to go down to like an 83 or, geez, an 82. That would suck. We want to keep him up at 84. Just keep him happy. Playing with Nieto, who also needs some time. This one, you know, whatever. These guys will come in and clean it up if need be. And we're kind of mixing up the defensive lines here. I'm not really worried about that too much. Don't know why Grimaldi's here, actually. I thought I popped in, what's his name? Could put McKinnon in, but I might put Jost in. His defensive awareness isn't very good, but his stick checking and blocking are pretty good. So we'll do that there, and if that's not working out, the thing is, you know, three-man PK, it's decently rare. We'll put Boyle up there first. Jost can get a little bit of time, just so Boyle gets a little more in the minute category. Here's our 4-on-4. 4-on-4 continued. I think that looks fine, having Kane in there. And then I just put Boyle in there to get more minutes. Plus, he's a great face-off, man. 83 face-offs. Beauty. 3-on-3. Barzal, I want him on that first one. Grigorenko, really good at face-offs with 74. He can help out. And then this will be the 2D line. So, you know, this is a long shift line. And then we got Boyle and Kane. So it's that kind of big hitter duo there with Carrick. So this might be, you know, this could score a lot of goals, this line right here. Extra attacker, pretty self-explanatory. And shootout. Now, I do have Grimaldi in here. I don't know. Might be kind of cool. Might get him some, you know, some extra little shifts. I don't really know if the shootout counts for, like, minutes or if they get happy because they're on the shootout. But, you know, Grimaldi's actually coming along pretty well. If we can get him to 84, maybe 85 as a medium top 9 potential, I'd be very happy. That would be, you know, second line, third line guy solidified for a while. Goalies, I know you guys were saying maybe see a goalie trade this episode. I really tried. To find someone that we could trade with. I think it might open up at the deadline, and that could be something we, you know, who knows? Maybe Landeskog grows. We trade for a big gun goalie, and then we bring in, you know, someone either through free agency, because you know, like a Brian Little or a Turris is going to still be available because they want like $7 million. And we can basically rent them for the playoffs. That would not be a problem with me. Obviously, Vermette and Eves are still scratched, and the no lines are the no lines. Looking at the AHL, though, going down in here, basically, oh, shoot, I didn't bring them up, but it did kind of, oh, what did it do here? Oh, I think it kind of screwed it up a little bit. I meant to bring up, what's his name? Who's still playing down here? Oh, okay, I see. Yeah, I got to play that one, dude. I really don't want to scratch any of the Klima, sorry, guys. I really don't want to scratch them. That would kind of suck. I think Nash should play here. I know he's right-handed. Actually, yeah, we can do that. We'll just move him down one. And, oh, God, why am I doing this live? I thought I had fixed these. Maybe I accidentally hit assistant coach on this one. Oh, no. That would do it. Okay, let me fix these real quick, and we'll jump back. I must have hit Y or something. Sorry, guys. Be right back. Okay, we're back. Yeah, I just basically forgot to put him in here. Even though he's 70 overall, I'm going to put him right here. Kleeman Brothers can be on the fourth with Bracco. Not going to worry about it too much this year. Next year, it's going to be a lot more in-depth because we won't have these older dudes up here. So, you know, we'll figure it out then. But I think this for now, especially, you know, these guys are going to grow with Comfort on the line. Borkin, actually, let's, no, I want to keep that here. I want to keep Leipzig that, yeah, this should be fine. And then here is, whoops, I meant to go to defense. Yeah, it's basically going to stay the same. And I'm thinking actually, we'll keep him here, but I'll put Siemens up here just for now. Or Simmons. Yeah, that should be fine. And we'll just keep it like that. Just because he's only got like 1-2 more years of growth and he's the low top 6. I'd like to get him at least to an 80. And then maybe, how many more years? 2 years? Maybe we can trade him. You know, trade bait of the future. There's another couple defensive prospects coming up that are playing the CHL. So I think we finally have it. You know, unfortunately, we just couldn't move Vermette. That was kind of one of those things I wanted to flip and just kind of cheese it a little bit. Not super worried about it. Instead of going all the way to the trade deadline, though, I do want to get your thoughts. So let's do just the first like 2 months, I guess, and kind of see how we're doing. I think that might actually be a better course of action just because of the moves that were made today, and we can go about that. So we're going into the 2019 draft, so it's another year of like, meh. So we'll do, actually, let's do some defensemen. We got to get some defensemen this year. If we can get like a decent one, I'm just going to do CHL. If we can get a real decent one this year, let me know down below what 2019 comes up. I know only the first round really works, but and we're trying to really get in for the 2020 draft. But if we can get, you know, like maybe a top 6 guy or something that can help in the future, that can slot into the AHL in like 1 or 2 years, I would not be opposed to that. And then in the 2020 draft, we can get our elite. We got 2 first-round picks in 2020. I'm thinking maybe we could get one more. I'm not really sure. So it looks like we went 4-1-1 in preseason. I honestly think our goaltending is going to be the biggest question this year, and I do agree that we do need to eventually address that. If, you know, one of our goalies does not jump up to that 87-ish range, we definitely have to address it. You know, because I'm open to trading away like a Stolars or a Picard or something and picking up a either a prospect or, you know, forward or defensive talent, and, you know, just bringing in like an 82 overall older guy to come in at backup goalie and just give one of the jobs away to one of our current goalies. So that's kind of what I'm thinking at this point. Let me know what you guys think, though, because it is really important. Goalie depth is probably the most important thing in the league, because I mean, look at all these teams that just kind of fall apart that are very talented when a goaltender is an issue. I mean, I can only really at this point, because it's just in my head, think of something like the Dallas Stars. I mean, they had a lot of issues with that. They had great upfront talent, pretty good decor, and just couldn't pull it together. And it wasn't all goaltender's fault, but you know, it definitely is was the biggest factor. You know, and they have addressed that kind of stuff. And you know, I think that's just kind of what we got to do. So we're looking 6-3-2, not too bad. I'd rather start out kind of half and half than really good and then go for a big long poise crap. But you know, it's one of those things. Let's do WHL defenseman. That would be really nice if we could find a nice defenseman. Ooh, look at that! Beat the Penguins 6-2. Nathan McKinnon losing. I know you guys were saying Kane kind of has a negative, toxic attitude in the locker room, how he's like programmed. I know I've kind of heard rumblings of that. It looks like we're losing a lot in overtime or in the shootout, which is nice. I'd rather lose there and get a point than, you know, like that, like we just lost to the Dallas Stars. But yeah, you guys are saying it is something in his look at that game, 7-5. In his programming that kind of limits us to a locker room interaction. Let's go to this December 1st game here, and we'll call it there. We'll look at the stats, and then we'll kind of make our determinations, because next episode we'll sim up to the trade deadline. Let me know any line. Look at that big win against Detroit. Wow. Yeah, let me know that. Another thing is we are going to be starting, I think we're probably going to be doing daily live streams. All the way up until NHL 18, and then once NHL 18 comes out, we're just going to keep going, obviously. But I'm waiting on a couple things in the mail, because I do want to do a face cam. So we're going to do like face reveal. I don't know if you guys saw my early videos. They are all private now, so you don't have to go back. But I did have a face cam, and I'm not trying to be like a Johnny Superman or a Bacon Country and conceal my identity that much, but I have not had a face cam in a long time. And okay, we're looking 12-9-4. Definitely could be doing better. Excuse my squeaky chair. But we are first in our division. Not bad at all. But everybody's pretty close. You guys can see it's not shaking out just yet. Nobody's really taken off. Looks like the Blues and the Jets are probably going to be our biggest problem right now. Our record is very similar to Dallas's, But everybody's really close right now, so I'm not really worried about it. You know, Chicago might jump, or, oh, look at that, Hoffman. Who said the trade was bad? I understand the trade wasn't as blockbuster as it could be, but almost a point-a-game player. That's awesome. He's definitely doing good on that first line. I'd like to make sure Barzal's doing pretty well. 14 points, not bad. 5 goals, 9 assists. So, you know, yes, Hoffman's probably taking away goals from Barzal. I'm not 100% worried about Barzal right now, though, because he's 21 and he's playing first-line minutes. The dude is getting his minutes, and that's what it is. He's a +5. The whole first line's pluses, so that's great. So the whole sniper, playmaker, sniper thing isn't biting us yet. I'm sure it will, though. Ho-Sang, though, not doing too well there on the third line. Maybe we could move him up to the second line. That would mean replacing either a Kane or a Landeskog or a Grigorenko. But remember, Grigorenko's already 86 overall, got pretty good face-offs, and his shooting category is not bad at all. Got good power behind it. Plus, he's got 14 points. I mean, the whole team's not bad. It's just these couple minuses, are a little blemish. Barry obviously is out there all the time, so I'm not super worried about it. He's getting a lot of points. I'm not worried about the -1. That one should come back up, especially if we start winning games. And you never know. This -5, Ho-Sang could have literally just been out there for 5 of the goals against the Capitals that one game. You never know. He's got 15 points himself, so he's doing really well too. The assists, this guy we could put on the first line. Imagine him, Hoffman, McKinnon, and Ho-Sang just passing, and then Hoffman just puts it home. That'd be fun. Look at Lemieux here, kind of silently going about his business. He's an even player. He's got a lot of penalty minutes, and he is looking good in the points department. 9 points. Not bad at all. Look at that. 3 goals, 6 assists. This guy is having a great first year in the NHL. Boyle's doing pretty well. Grimaldi could be doing better, but remember, I mean, third line minutes, they're all -5 here on the third line. So, playmaker, sniper, and playmaker. So, yeah, they're more of a scoring third line. We could figure that out, if we want. The thing is, Landeskog, I'd like to get him up to 88. So I don't really want to move him down a line, because if we can get him up to 88, and we could trade him, and we could get a lot for him, and then that comes with bringing everybody up. We could put either Vermette in or sign somebody that's pretty good to kind of a rental contract. Carrick not doing as well as he was previously. Maybe that's because he is now on the first line. He's +7 though, so he's doing well, keeping the puck out of the net. But 5 points in 25 games, not too bad. Obviously last year he was doing amazing with 14 goals as a defenseman halfway through the season or whatever it was. He was doing amazing. So maybe we make him more of a top 4 guy. Maybe that's what we'd want to do instead, play him more at his role, just in case he's getting nerves being on the first line. I don't know how the programming works. He might be. You never know. Zadorov though, +9, looking good, getting a lot of penalty minutes. So he's laying down for his team. He's got pretty high aggressiveness. So, but man, what a good player. That guy. That is like a dream. A defensive defenseman with that. Look at his 90 stick checking. And then Bigris here. He's kind of the blemish on the team. I know he's playing top 6 minutes, but this was last year too. He was a minus player with low point amounts. So what do you guys think? Do you think we should trade him away, put somebody else on there that could maybe grow on the top 6? Who knows? Maybe we could trade him and somebody else we want to. Maybe move the Vermette, for maybe we could get a first-round pick. I don't really know. You guys let me know, though. That's probably a big one. We'll sim up to the deadline in the next episode and re-ask these questions. But our team's looking pretty good. Minus some of these minuses, I think we're looking pretty good. Now let's look at the goaltenders real quick, and then we'll look at our stats and we'll end it. So here we are. Picard's taking shouldering a lot of the burden. Both of them are doing okay. Stolarz, his goals against is a little high. I'd like to see that more around 2.3 for a backup, because he's 2-2 and 2 which obviously, you know, he's got us, what, 6 points altogether? So not bad, but I mean, this could go down a little bit. Get him down to 2.3, maybe, you know, Picard doing almost 2.0. That's awesome. That's great. Their save percentages aren't bad either. You know, I know you guys are saying like, oh, these are so average. Like, yeah, but I mean, these are respectable for their overall. They're playing in the NHL. Like, it's the hardest league in the world to play in. And then check that out. 3 shutouts for Picard already. That's not bad at all in 19 games played. So we're looking pretty good. But at this point, you know, he is a backup goalie, and he's shouldering the whole burden. I'm almost thinking we gotta, you know, move either, you know, we gotta move Stolarz and get Picard to play 90% of the upcoming games and get him up to like an 86, 87. And then if he gets up to there, we can either decide, okay, we're going to just keep him for the rest of the time, or we're going to trade him. So let me know what you guys think in that regard, because Stolarz could fetch a pretty penny. We could really get something for him. All right. So here we are. We're looking at 10th in the league. So it looks like, you know, even though we're first in our division, there's definitely better teams. The thing is, look at all these 28s. If we go over to points, 28, 28, 28, 28, 28, 28. So we might as well be 6th, you know. A lot of the teams here also have like the same amount of regulation wins. It's just kind of the losses, you know, compared to this. So, you know, it'll shake out more, and I think we will move up. I feel like a lot of these teams aren't good enough to kind of be better than us. But let's see what we got to work on here. Goals for per game, 2.8. Obviously, I'd like that more around 3. A goal to period is always good to shoot for. And goals against 2.3. See, these are too close. You know, these are too close. They're those games that are just 1 goal apart. We want, which is good for us when we go to overtime and lose, but it's bad for us when we lose in general. So we do need to have that kind of even out, and I feel like it is a little too early to tell, but we did see some of that. There's that third line that's all minuses. That could be the blemish we need to fix. Power play percentage 22. Obviously, I'd rather have that up a little bit more around 25, like 25.5 here, Calgary Flames. That's phenomenal. That would be amazing if we could get up to that. 20 even is fine, and we're above that, but I'd like to be way above average. Obviously, you can always shoot for better. It's really not a huge deal, though. Penalty kills looking good, though. 89%. That's got to be at least top 5 in the league. 2, 3. Yeah, so we're 3rd in the league for penalty kills. So no change there. Like I said, though, this could change. You know, this could shake out a little bit. You know, good or bad. You know, these could shake out. And you can see our home and away records very similar and almost looking kind of even. When you kind of look at it, this is basically 6-6 with the overtime losses, and this is 6-7. So we're actually not doing great in that regard. But there's a stat analysis on both players and the team front. So let me know what you guys think. Make sure to let me know down in the comments, though. Please, if you have any inkling of a thought, just let me know, because it only helps. And then, you know, next episode when you see, oh, shoot, I should have told him that, or he didn't do what I didn't want to do. You know, we're all a GM here. So just let me know down below. Make sure to follow me on twitch.tv/Y4Turbo if you want to catch the live stream action. And like and subscribe if you dug it here on YouTube with notifications on. Thanks again, and we'll see you next time out on the ice.